So what would make a bank shut down? This is the question that we've been asking since this past Thursday when it was announced that Silicon Valley Bank out of Santa Clara, California, had to be shut down by the feds. Now, almost 100% of the depositor accounts at Silicon Valley Bank were uninsured. And what do I mean by uninsured? Well, the FDIC, which stands for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, insures all depositor accounts up to the amount of $250,000. So, with Silicon Valley Bank, when I say almost 100% of their depositor accounts were uninsured, that means that basically all of the depositor accounts went over the amount of $250,000. And for whatever reason, all of the depositors at one time decided to withdraw their money out of the bank. Now, what would make someone do this, you ask? I'm asking the same question. I'm Ayo the Closer, guys. Welcome to the channel where I'm bringing you the scoop about what's happening in the housing market and getting you confidently to the closing table. So, going back to the topic of discussion, Silicon Valley Bank had a total of $42 billion. I'm going to repeat that, $42 billion withdrawn out of their financial institution all at once. Now, let's just be clear, guys. There is no bank out there that could sustain themselves if multiple accounts withdraw their money at one time. Now, banking is a business. So when we make deposits into our bank account, the bank does one of two things. They either lend it or they invest it. And when we come to the bank to withdraw our money, typically based on standard requirements, we are supposed to be able to withdraw at least 10% of whatever our total deposit to the bank has been. So if you have $100,000 in the bank, you are at any time supposed to be able to take out 10% of that $100,000. Well, what happens if multiple people take out large amounts of money at one time? The bank has no money for you to take out, and that's exactly what happened with Silicon Valley Bank. The Fed had to actually step in and shut the bank down because within the 24-hour period, $42 billion was withdrawn from the bank at one time. Now, the reason why this is important is because, as you know, the Fed has been pushing rates and pushing rates and pushing rates in order to combat inflation. Well, also with them pushing rates, it has affected banking institutions tremendously, especially in regards to them investing money. And of course, you know that when rates go up, investments, specifically bond investments, lose value. So lots of these banks were put in positions where they had to actually borrow money in order to cover some of their investments, and it just put everything in a bad strait. And so now everyone is wondering what is going to happen in the upcoming months. Now, the Fed is due to reconvene on the 21st or the 22nd of this month. And their topic of discussion was going to be how much more they're going to push the rates. But with the fall of the Silicon Valley banking system, now they're going to be talking about if they should raise rates at all. Now, the advice I'm going to give to you as a viewer is if you do have money in the bank that goes over the $250,000 that should be insured, it might be a good time for you to spread those monies out. Even though the Biden administration has publicly announced that they're going to back anything over the $250,000 for an uncertain period, we really have no idea how long they're going to do this. So if you're an investor or if you're someone that has large savings, I'm going to repeat it. Now would be a great time for you to spread your monies out among different banking institutions so that you don't surpass that $250,000 that is currently insured by the FDIC. Now, of course, the Biden administration is going to do everything that they can to make people feel stable because they don't want people all over the world going to the bank and withdrawing money. They want to prevent what has happened with Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, and Signature Bank. Right now, these are three banks that we know of that have gotten themselves into trouble. However, First Republic has been bailed out by Chase. Now, if you have any questions about what's going on with the banking system, with inflation, with the Fed, and what's going to happen later on this month with the rates, if they're going to push them up or if they're going to remain where they are, definitely post them in the comment section below. If you found this information to be helpful, please like and subscribe. I'm Io the Closer. Peace.